The number one secret to stop letting other people get inside your head and give you mental demons, ruin your quality of life, make you second guess yourself, make you constantly question your decisions. The number one secret to stop letting people do that is simply this: your frame, your reality, your sense of self must be stronger than what other people think of you. Which means, essentially, you must be grounded in your own energy, right? You must be grounded in your masculine polarity. Because really, the only people who ever look to the outside world for confirmation, affirmation, permission, and validation is really who, right? It's women, right? Women essentially constantly look to the external world to tell them that they're good enough, to tell them that they're wonderful, right? And this is what society does. This is, society commonly does that, right? But women are wired to gain validation from everyone but themselves. And this is why if you ever argue with a woman, right, especially a modern woman, she will go right to the personal attacks. She will go right to the labeling, the name calling, just essentially run a character attack on you, because that's how they do each other, right? They don't want to really, they don't really want to argue or debate on statistics or data or anything like that. They just want to go right to the childish, juvenile personal attacks, because that's how they do each other, because they're wired to believe that external validation comes from the outside world. So, and because most modern women are narcs, they think everybody else is a self-reflection of them, including men. So when they argue with you, that's why they go after you like that, right? And they just start like, oh, look at how, look how fat you are. Oh, you're balding, and all this other stuff, right? When it has nothing to do with the argument. That's why they go right to that, because they themselves need that external validation from the world. But speaking of the world has got everybody so messed up, especially men, because we never get validation from the world, right? The world is never telling us how wonderful we are, or how great we are, or how perfect we are. The world is constantly telling us what a piece of crap we are. So for men, it's 10 times harder, because the world has you walking on eggshells right now, right? Thanks to all this wokeness, ideology, the Alphabet Coalition, constantly in your face, constantly shoving things in your face that you're racist, you're homophobic, you're xenophobic, you're a bigot, all of these labels. Right now you're kind of like up in arms, because now you're constantly walking around on guard. And this is why I say society really has you messed up, to the point where you feel like you need to turn to the outside world to, get permission to be essentially you. Right? Just turn my aircon off a little bit. It was getting a little loud. But you're looking through the outside world for permission. And really, as a man, the only place you should look for permission is within yourself. And if you're wrong, you'll find out very quickly you're wrong, right? But at no time should you ever be looking to anyone else but yourself for the answers, right? And then making your mistakes, figuring it out, getting back up, and then getting it right. Right, because you're not going to learn anything from constantly focusing and spending all your energy looking to the outside world for confirmation, right? Because the outside world does not care about you, son. I can tell you that right now, especially these days, right? Especially these days. Maybe at one time the outside world might have cared about you a little bit, but in today's modern times, the outside world could give two craps about you if you are male, if you are masculine in any way, if you are patriarchal in any way, if you're basically traditional in any way, if you want to get married, have kids, if you like women, you're now essentially a Nazi, right? You're now essentially a supremacist, a white supremacist, if you go for all those things. In any case, that really is the number one secret to getting outside of your head, is you need to stop looking to other people to basically give you the thumbs up, right? To tell you that you're worthy, to tell you that, oh, this is okay, go do that. But essentially, people are able to get inside your head because they can sense your weakness. They can sense that you have a weak frame. It's no different than a bully, okay? Why do guys bully you, right? Why did you get bullied in school, for example, right? It's because they can sense, the bullies can sense that you're an easy target, right? And that, it's no different these days, right? I mean, the alphabet mob, you know, all this wokeness going on, and essentially now you're being demonized if you know, male or female, if you don't toe the line, if you don't adopt their ideology, if you don't go along with all this craziness that they're pushing right now, you are essentially the enemy. So essentially what they're doing is, you know, they're just continuing the bullying that you might have gotten as a child, right? I was bullied as a kid. So I don't see any difference between what's going on now with the woke mob versus any bullies I dealt with in 4th, 5th grade. You know, I mean, essentially, they always travel in packs, too. I don't think I ever had a bully confront me by himself. I mean, even though I was much smaller back then, they always, like, brought somebody with them. I mean, they're complete pussies. I mean, that's, like, complete pussy behavior, right? I mean, it's kind of like how I talk about how, you know, guys who are only tough when their friends are around, but can't say crap when they're alone. Those guys are the biggest pussies in the world. Come across them all the time, by the way, because I'm always in these venues. And I always call these guys out. I'm like, let me ask you something, dude. Would you be this brave if your friends weren't here? I bet you wouldn't. Oh, I would. I'm like, sure you would. You know, you're a pussy. Sure you would. I have no problem calling them out, right? But essentially, that's what's going on now, is we're experiencing another form of bullying from essentially the media, Hollywood, corporations, you name it. A lot of celebrities these days have joined forces with them, and they're wanting to bully you into adopting what they like, what they want, how they see the world. And if you don't, you're the enemy. You're the, like, you know, I mean, you're the Antichrist, right? So what are they doing? They're doing what bullies do, right? They're trying to put you inside your head, right? And I'm talking about this on a macro level, but on a micro level, if you're just dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, right, you go in the grocery store or whatever, or, you know, you might have a tiff with somebody, a coworker or somebody you know that is trying to put you inside your head, telling you, oh, you know, you can't do it, you know, who do you think you are? And, you know, they're trying to pull you down, pull that classic crabs in the bucket, make sure you don't get out because they don't want to be left there by themselves. You have to recognize it, first of all, right? And you have to develop a strong enough frame to not get sucked in constantly to other people's reality, right? But the only way that's going to happen is once you establish enough abundance where you feel grounded in your own energy, and you can emulate that masculine energy, that masculine polarity naturally, and people will sense it off you. People will feel it off you. Even if they try to engage you, they'll feel it immediately, and they'll realize, like, oh, I can't mess with this person, right? I can't mess with this person. This person might destroy me. Okay, it's kind of like the bully, right? If you could go back in time, and the bully that you dealt with didn't see you as such an easy target, but now saw you as somebody who was like, oh, shoot, this guy might fight back, or this guy might destroy me verbally. They're more hesitant to try to bully you. They're more likely to back off, right? I mean, it's just kind of something that you emulate off of people. I mean, because I've had a number of people try to engage me, and they quickly stopped once they realized, like, okay, wait, this guy's running circles around me, and he's destroying me, and he's putting me inside my head. My whole thing was to try to put him inside his head, but now he's putting me inside my head. And then they run away. All right, because I can't stand when people do that. I can't stand it, especially when it's unprovoked, which bullies often do. It's like, you always wonder, like, why is this guy bullying me, man? I didn't do a thing to him. It's like, because he sees you as an easy target, right? So he'll try to provoke you unprovoked. You didn't do anything to him, and it's not until you fight back, then they realize, okay, you know. But I mean, obviously these days you don't want to do that, because you will, you know, I mean, they'll look for reasons to put you away. But there's no harm in verbal sparring, right? Which I teach you how to do on my channel here. However, nobody should be able to put you inside your head, male or female. Anybody out there, the woke coalition, nobody should be able to do that if you have a strong sense of self. You'll just be able to watch, you know, I mean, see them on the news or whatever it is on mainstream media, and constantly just propagating their nonsense, and you'll just be able to be numb to it, right? It won't affect you either way. You won't be angry and you won't be happy. You'll just be like, you know, that, what do you expect, right? It's kind of like female nature, how I teach guys about red pill. I teach guys, don't be angry at them, and don't try to go after them. Just be numb to it. Just be like, okay, that's the way they are. You can't change them. All you can do is just go about your business and who you are, and try to spread the knowledge as best as possible. As always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of today's coaching video. Anything you would like to add, anything you would like to share, please drop them in the comments below. I always love to see you guys in my comments. I always love to read your comments, so please feel free to drop your comments below.